What's up, guys? It's Tyrik Wynn, and welcome to Good Deeds Atlanta, where we are kicking out the bad and highlighting all things good. Today we have a big-time guest in our studio today. It is the one and only Mr. Afemo Omilami, and he is the COO of Hosea Helps. Welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
Thank you, Tyrik. This is a pleasure and an honor to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so glad that you were able to take time out of your busy schedule to bless the show with your presence.
Look, in these days and time, if anybody's willing to give you some time to share your story, it's a big deal to me. So once again, thank you, because we have a lot to talk about in this season of COVID, the kids going back to school, and I really got some good stories to share with you.
Okay, awesome. I'm ready to hear. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So tell everybody, Hosea Helps. I want to know the history of it. How did this even come about?
Wow. Okay. I'm going to give you the short version. Hosea Williams was the field general of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Dr. King, of course, was assassinated in 1968. And 2 years afterwards, all the King's men, they didn't know what to do. They all went their own separate ways, because Dr. King was the glue that kept all those strong personalities together. So Hosea Williams leaves the SCLC office, which is on Auburn Avenue in Atlanta. He's walking down, he's still messed up about what to do with his life, where to go. And he sees a man eating out of the garbage can. And he asked the man, "Why are you doing this?" He said, "I'm hungry, there's no food around here." And he was so perturbed by this. He said, "This is not what Dr. King died for." So he took the man to get some food. The man, he didn't even wait for the fish sandwich to be unwrapped. He ate the bread, the paper, everything. And from that point on, Hosea Williams, he made a vow: I'm going to feed people and take care of people. I can't let Dr. King's memory be just stained like this, which is how he looked at it. This is a dishonor, to insult. Dr. King's office down here, and you eating out of a garbage can. And that was 50 years ago.
Wow.
That's how it all started.
Wow, I love that. That's a powerful story. And to hear that, you know, Hosea, he was going to be a blessing to this man, and now he's a blessing to pretty much a whole lot of people in need, and his legacy continues to live on within the organization. So I think that's absolutely amazing. So I appreciate you sharing that.
Thank you.
So tell everybody a little bit about the organization. What do you guys do? How are you guys helping out people?
Well, for 30 years, when Hosea Williams was alive, we mainly did the Thanksgiving and Christmas dinner, where several thousand people show up, and we feed them, give them clothes, medicine, entertainment, you name it. They would get everything. Now, when he passed in 2000, my wife and I had to make a decision: are we going to continue, or what are we going to do? So we decided we're going to continue the legacy, and expanded it from Thanksgiving and Christmas. Then we added Dr. King's birthday, we added Easter, then back to school, then we had a job fair, then we started doing food pantries, rent assistance, utility assistance, and then we went overseas to Africa, India, Philippines, building schools, taking medicines, Haiti. It just, look, it did, it was like a nuclear explosion.
Yeah.
We had no idea this was going to happen. We didn't set out to say, this is our grand plan. It doesn't work like that. But the demands of the people around you and what you see happening in the world, it puts a demand on you to do more than what you're doing. And it pushed us out of our comfort zone, and we've never been the same since. That's how it all just blossomed to what it is today. Hosea Feed the Hungry, known as Hosea Helps.
Wow, that's and I'm glad you guys are continuing the legacy and continue the organization. It's really great. So let's get into some specific things that you guys have going on. So tell us a little bit about the rent assistance fund you guys are doing.
Well, we do that normally throughout the year. rent assistance, utility assistance from funds from the city, of other organizations, other contributors saying we want you to help people to keep them from being evicted and being homeless on the street, which only makes sense because if you didn't do that, believe me, that mom and her children living in their car, where else are they going to go? So we started doing that. But what's special about COVID right now, City of Atlanta gave us almost close to $1 million.
Wow.
And it's targeted to help specifically with rent and utility assistance, up to $3,000, which is a considerable amount of money if you're in trouble with your rent or your mortgage. And we help people stay stable enough. You know, there are stipulations now. The City of Atlanta is saying we want this money targeted mainly for people in City of Atlanta. And then we work with the United Way. But anybody who's interested in that, they can go to the home number, the 404-755-3353 number, and then we can help them get qualified. Yes. So that's the biggest thing we're working on right now between now and the end of the year, because they were expecting over 17,000 plus people to be evicted.
Wow.
The moratorium was lifted, and then of course some of the unemployment ran out, and people are going to find themselves in a terrible place. So I appreciate them being proactive and saying, let's stop this homelessness before it starts. It only makes sense.
Yes.
Now, we're also getting ready for the back to school event.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about that.
15 years of doing the back to school event. My wife and I, we just, one day we realized, wait a minute, these kids, they don't have what they need. We could see it for ourselves, because the parents would come to us. Mm-hmm. We said, let's begin to have a back-to-school jamboree where we supply the kids with everything they need to go back to school. Along with, now, we're doing it different this year, but in the past years, haircuts, food, entertainment, clothes, brand new sneakers. Now, they're getting most of that, but we're doing it as a drive-through.
That's awesome. I think that's great. And definitely you guys are blessing the kids who are in school, getting ready to go back to school. So that's absolutely exceptional, and I love it.
Tyrik, I need to share something that's heartbreaking with you at this point. Mm-hmm. This year is different because it's dedicated to Sequoia Turner.
Yes.
That sweet young girl minding her own business with her family and gets killed down there by the Wendy's where Rashad got killed. Mm-hmm. And the family just went to look, and some people gave them a hard time saying, we're running this area now. Turn around, you have no business here. So they were trying to get out of the way, but the people thought they were being disrespectful and whatever, started shooting in the car. And here she dies in her mother's arms, holding her, and she was telling her mom, I can't breathe. And of course she's terrified, and she dies right there. And when I heard that story that night, it was like somebody punched me in the gut. I said, I'm going to do something about this. So we began to have prayer vigils where we met at City Hall, calling leaders together. Michael Julian Bond was with us, other community leaders, and we just said we got to pray and make people aware that our kids are getting killed, not only here in Atlanta, but all across America. And I had the good pleasure to have Shanice give me that information. How many of our kids are being killed by the senseless violence? And when I found all of that out, it just broke my heart even more, because it's an epidemic going across our country. I'm talking about the kids now. I haven't even gotten to the teenage group, 13 and older. I'm talking about age 1 to 11, 12. Mm-hmm. So you can see how disturbing that is. So this year, it's dedicated to the memory of Sequoia Turner and all these kids who've been killed, and her parents are going to be there handing out book bags, because they said they need to do this as a part of their healing.
Yes, I love it. You guys are doing some amazing things, and thank you so much for taking time to come on the show and blessing us with your presence. You are an amazing individual, and the organization is absolutely awesome. And you guys make sure that if you are in need, that you take advantage of these resources that are out there for you. And those of you who are, the more fortunate, make sure that you are being a blessing to others as well, because I know you guys have lots of volunteer opportunities that are available for people to take part in. So make sure you guys take part in that. And before we go ahead and tell everybody how they can make a donation, how they can volunteer,
Yes.
and how they can follow you guys.
Now, we do need your help because a lot of the funds we get is really just for the program. So we're left with very little operational money. So yes, we still need a lot of help ourselves. You can reach us at the number 4 Hosea.org. That's a good way. For those who want to send in, P.O. Box 4672, Atlanta, Georgia, 30302. And the home number, 404-755-3353. I want you to take time and reach out because we are in a crisis. The pandemic, the social unrest, our children, the violence, the school issues to be decided. You see, we need you. We cannot do this without you. Just as Dr. King taught Hosea Williams and many other leaders, we do this together. And I'm asking you to help Hosea stay strong all year long.
Yes, love it so much. And yeah, you guys make sure that you guys take time to give a donation or volunteer some of your time to Hosea Helps.
Yes.
Thank you so much once again for taking time to come on. And you guys at home, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, if you are out there and you're doing a good deed and hey, you want us to come and feature it, we want to hear about it. Just send us an email at info@scbtv.com. I'm Tyrik Wynn. We'll see you next time.